Welcome to the Southwest Barrels Report, coming to you from the Positivity Posse Corral. We promise to bring you news that is fun, uplifting, and spread good news throughout the barrel racing community. We will also be giving you updates on upcoming races so you can plan your next great winning run. This show is brought to you by SouthwestBarrels.com, your home for everything barrel racing. Now here's your host, Vinny O'Hare. You know, that guy from New York City that took like 1 million photos of barrel racing last year while battling dehydration and sunburn? Take it away, Vinny.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Southwest Barrels Racing Report, or whatever it's called. It's been a while since we've done this. So, I got a special guest, my better half, or as I refer to her as the photographer in the family, Debbie Carney. Hi Deb. How did you like that intro?
Hi Vinny. That's great. We have to remind people, I keep telling people that when we met you had a little teeny tiny point and shoot camera.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that. But
it's a family show.
It's a family show. That'll get some laughs. So, what's new with us? We made a little trip out to Arizona, and one of us actually made a trip out to Arizona and stayed there, which would be you. I had to come back and do some stuff with the house and prepare it for sale and prepare to move all the rest of our stuff. But in the meantime, we went to a couple races when we were out there. Well, when I was out there with you, we actually shot a race in Queen Creek back in...
That we didn't expect to shoot.
I had like 3 minutes notice. But since I had a camera there, I ended up doing it. Wasn't exactly happy with my results, camera setting wise and stuff like that, because it's a new arena, different time of day. But my Photoshop presets saved the day with editing. So that was pretty cool. It was good to see some people. But that was actually, the third race that we went to Sonora the day before, right? No, this was afterwards. I got my whole timeline mixed up. That's what happens when you drive 1 million miles in a week.
Yes. And so I also shot that race, but I haven't posted my pictures from it yet because I'm still learning how to do all the editing part. And so there'll be some bonus shots added to the SmugMug account soon enough. But right now I've got to keep up with what I'm actually doing, which is what we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah, so we shot the race. I want to say it was May 13th? No.
Okay, we did shoot a race May 13th.
Right.
When we came out, and that's when we bought the property. And
right.
Came back.
We
didn't know yet if we'd be moving.
Right. So for those who don't know, we bought a piece of property in Benson, Arizona. We were originally looking...
That we thought we could put a travel trailer on, and then the city of Benson told us no.
And then the travel trailer that we were going to buy went kibosh too. So,
right.
In a way, that
was a good thing.
Good thing. So so we shot a race, and those pictures are all up, of course, because it's been a while. And then I came back to New York and grabbed a carload of stuff and brought stuff out to Arizona.
So you skipped the part about how we got the apartment.
Oh yeah.
We aren't living on a blank piece of land. I'm not living out in Benson on a concrete slab. We actually decided that we weren't going to be able to make any progress in Benson until we actually were living in Arizona. So I was able to find an apartment in Tucson, up in the Catalina foothills. It's a beautiful area. I can actually see all the mountains to the south, so I can tell if it's raining in Benson or if it's raining in Sonoyta or if it's raining in a bunch of places. And that way I know whether I should head out in the car or stay where I am.
But you left the most important part of the features of the apartment. We're 2.9 miles away from Mod Pizza. Yippee. I don't know what it is with my obsession with Mod Pizza. But,
especially since you're a New York pizza guy, and Mod Pizza and New York pizza, not quite the same.
No, just a little bit different.
But so
So you're out there full
You,
time in the apartment, so you can
yeah,
actually get stuff done in Arizona while I get stuff done in New York.
right. And I did go to a race that another photographer was shooting, so I was just kind of hanging out, having fun, doing some videos. That was a saber race back in July, and that was right after I moved here. And then, let's see.
It's amazing that we got to look all of this stuff up because
Yeah, I've got a folder here that's got everything in it.
it's like one big
So,
blur.
yeah. So I haven't shot a saber race because they have a photographer, but I did shoot a cobra race, and I'm working on those photos next. And then I shot a Queen Creek race that I rode with another person, so we were only there for the first 20 riders. And those photos are the first ones that I've actually completely edited and gotten online. But because I didn't know I was shooting, I was up in the crow's nest and I was looking down, and they're kind of far away. And I let people know on the Smug Mug and in the group that if you want your photo cropped a little closer, because Vinny and I shoot in RAW, we can crop things closer, but to crop all those photos would have taken me another 2 weeks.
At least.
So,
But they're up on the Southwest Barrel Smug Mug account, so
yeah. So now people kept asking me last night. So I shot the Queen Creek race last night, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And we did a live feed, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But everybody kept coming asking me, "Where's Vinny? When is he coming?" So
you should have told them I was sleeping in the car. Or that you fired me. That would have been good.
Yeah, I fired you. No, I wouldn't fire you because the editing part is the part that's tough. Taking the photos is easy and a pleasure, and I love being around the people, and I love being around the horses. And a horse actually tried to come up and say hi to me last night.
That happens.
He ran past me 4 times, and I blocked the live feed a little bit, but then Vinny was on the other end, and he's like, I got to keep watching the horse run around because of the little phone that you had on top of your camera kept recording. And I'm looking for that video so I can get it posted to the group because it's quite
funny.
nice.
I gotta chop that out of the live feed and upload it.
Megan Ray apparently was yelling at me from the other side saying, photo op, photo op.
We got to get you to stop watching breakaway roping and actually teach you how to rope so you could have roped the horse because you were literally 3 feet away.
Oh, yeah, he kept running by me.
Right. Now, you see,
he wasn't coming.
If I was there, the horse would have ran me over and probably tackled me, and we'd be calling But I have to say, I'm very lucky in that regard. I think I'm 3 for 3, 4 for 4, something like that, with catching horses. So, that's
Yeah.
fine.
There was another horse earlier in the evening that you probably couldn't see because it was out of the view of the live feed. Another one came running up toward me after the racer was done too. So that'll be interesting to see on the on camera.
Right. Now the other horse we were talking about that ran past you, since it was the closest barrel near you, you had plenty of time to adjust yourself because the horse went the other way around the barrel. Now, if that horse turned the barrel and got loose, he would be on you in less than a second. That's the scariest thing about barrel racing photography. But that's only happened 3 or 4 times too. So, when I was watching,
I'm quite comfortable.
When I was watching the live feed, I could see where the horse was going, even though he was going out of the shot, and I heard the fence, so I knew he was on the fence or the rider was touching the fence because I could see the live stream shake a little bit too. So I knew exactly what was going on just from past experience, which was kind of cool. So I was more worried about you in the arena than catching the horse at that point because it's all new to you, you know?
Yeah, I knew he wasn't coming after me. He just wanted to run around.
Yeah.
I moved in front of the live feed because I didn't want him to knock over the tripod.
Right.
And put the live feed in the ground and get himself hurt, actually. So by me walking over to it, he went a little further away from me.
I was going to ask you, did you use the carbon tripod that I used, the same one, or did you use the new one that came?
No, I got the new one that I got.
Okay,
It worked out very well.
I was curious about that.
It was very sturdy. It held up really well.
You know, I got my tripod almost 10 years. I got a thing from eBay
Nice.
to congratulate me on my purchase. I was like, wow, a little late for that. I think it's like nine and a half years. And everybody thought I was nuts when I bought that because it was so expensive, you know? But it is
No,
what
a
it is.
good tripod is very important,
Mhm.
and I will get another. Well, I've got a really good one here,
Yeah,
but I didn't want to drag that one out because it's super heavy. And
we got to make your carbon fiber one, your rodeo thing.
yep,
Or I should just leave you my tripod, but hopefully we're not separated again. So,
yeah, you'll be out sooner rather than later.
yeah.
Hopefully by the end of October, early November.
hmm So, what else was I going to talk about?
So tell them how you started taking the videos on top of the camera.
Oh, it's that little snap device thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. We should come up with a name for that little thing. Uh, the whole way that came about is Lisa Luchin actually came up to me and said, I wish I had a video for the race, but I didn't have anybody to video my run. And man, I felt so bad. I'm like, well, I could chop it out of the live feed, but the live feed isn't exactly up close and what the riders want, you know? So I went online and I found this thing. I overpaid for the first one. I have three of them actually. The first one I got from Tether Tools, and it's beautiful made and well worth the price and stuff. But you can get it on Amazon for like $15 cheaper. So that's the route we go with the new ones coming in. Uh, Not to throw my Tether Tools people under the bus, but that part isn't worth the money if you don't have to spend it. Uh, Tether Tools also holds the iPad, makes the iPad holder, and all that fun stuff. So we still use it for that, and we're going to use them for when we do the. I shouldn't even talk about when we bring the computer into the arena because that's a long ways away, and you don't know about that yet.
There's some secret stuff that we both have planned.
Uh-huh.
So
Talk about secret stuff. We're going to have an M1 router to an M5 computer, or an M5 router to an M1 computer, and upload right from the race, at least the Pee-wees. So,
only things that are shot during the day. We are not going to edit at a race and upload.
oh, sure we will. We can upload Pee-wees, edit. I got to do something during the 7-minute
Right.
big drags, you know?
Okay, honey.
Yeah.
Let's not promise people pictures from the race quite yet. That's like several months away.
Yeah. That's when I get back for sure.
Yeah.
And then some. So what are you drinking over there? I got a rum and Coke.
I have tea, and there might be a little vodka.
Maybe we should rename the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah. So basically, what I tried last night was a little overkill, but I have to do some practice. And the people at Queen Creek are so sweet, and the barrel races are so nice that they just look at me and go, "What are you doing now?" So we did get the live feed going. It had some hiccups at the beginning, so we had to do some technical stuff to slow it down a little bit so the quality isn't super great, but it's good enough. You can see what's going on. But after Vinny played around with taking some videos on top of his camera, I'm like, well, I should be able to do that too. So I ordered a holder off of Amazon that it's actually kind of funny because the Prime truck pulled up as I was leaving for the race. And I literally stopped him and asked if he had my package, and he handed it to me. So I had zero practice with it.
So for those that
Basically,
don't know,
what to do?
right, we put the iPhone on top of the DSLR
Camera.
and
Yep.
it follows pretty much. You're actually blind when you're making a video. You can't see it
Yeah, I
because you're looking
can't
through
see
the
the video at
viewfinder
all.
because you're doing photos. But since we're following along doing photos, the iPad on top of the iPhone on top of the camera will follow, and you'll end up with a nice closer video than the live stream. So
Plus, I did it at 2.5 magnification,
okay,
so it was a nice view of the horse. Not as good as if I could zoom in and out, obviously, but it's a nice alternative to someone that doesn't have the availability to get their race videoed. And also, what I did last night, I started out doing one at a time, but every time you touch the phone, it jiggles,
right.
So instead of trying to reach up and turn it on and off after every racer, I decided to do every drag. So it wasn't perfect because it's something that's new and I'm not used to, and I missed some people.
What did your videos
And
look like in
obviously,
between riders? What were you looking at, the
I'm
ground?
gonna post one. I'm gonna post one. So basically, like when I would first put the camera, I would stop taking the pictures. You might see the ground or the roof because I would move my camera. But then I got to where I was pointing it at the people in the warm-up pen
Right.
or wherever you wait before you're coming in. And there's a lot of really cool video that you can't see in the live feed because the live feed is pointed at the arena,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. And then the other videos you can see a lot of the action coming in to a run. So, like, some of the horses need a little help because they're new, and there's a lot of people that are brand new and they're training baby horses or whatever. And you can see the community coming together and helping people get a horse into the arena. So there was one in particular that was really hesitant to come in, and there was one cowgirl leading the horse and another cowgirl on her horse pushing the horse. So it took 3 people to get that horse in the arena, and then they made a nice run. So the videos in between are going to show you some candid things that people are doing. And you can hear, for example, at Queen Creek, you could hear Stacy and Haley and Jill talking up in the booth, and you can hear the times and who's coming up next. And so it's a little bit like the live feed, but a little bit better quality, a little bit different. It's a different view.
Right.
And they'll be shorter little videos. So like it'll be videos of 1 through 5 and videos of 6 through 10 and like that. So you're not searching the whole live feed looking for yourself.
Yeah, since I've been doing that a little bit longer, I have it down pat to get individual riders, but it's really hard when you have 2 people that you're going to film back to back.
Yeah.
Because you're always
so like Megan Ray and Jill Starkey ran back to back.
Right.
So I just let it. I did that whole set.
Right.
And unfortunately, because I can't see if it's in focus or not, they're not always going to be perfect. So this isn't something that I'm charging for. This is just going to be a bonus, and it'll be in the private group. So if you don't want the whole world seeing it,
right,
it'll just be in the private group. It won't be on the public page.
I was going to say drop them in the Dropbox, and I'll edit out the dirt parts, and we can put them on the Barrel Horse forum, YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Maybe we'll do like 1 or 2, just as a test. But yeah, I started doing that, and I think one race I did like 43 individual videos at like 150 rider race, and it became it's work, But I also like the satisfaction of sending the rider their video before they're even off their horse, because I could airdrop, which is kind of cool. But yeah, well, that's a whole business in itself, just doing videos at a race.
Right, but they wouldn't be on top of the camera.
Right.
And that's a whole different way of doing them. And there may be some races that I will do that at because, again, there's some photographers that are already established. And it's something that I can do while I'm at a race that's different from what they're doing because they don't do any live feed. They don't do any video.
Right. Some people told me I'm nuts for doing the live feed, but to me, I enjoy that part just as much. The live feed, it tells the story of the whole race. Plus, people like the best compliment I ever got on the live feed was a grandmother came up to me in Marana at Cobra, and she told me, I watched my granddaughter ride a horse for the first time, and I couldn't be here because they were on vacation in Germany. They had booked it like long before they knew anything about the horse, and she actually watched it on the live feed. And she came up to me and like hugs and kisses, like I was, I just gave her $1 million. So that's kind of cool. So just that alone makes the live feed worth it.
Well, and the live feed, once it's set up and working, as long as there aren't any technical issues, it really just runs itself. I
Right,
mean, we can do things to it if we want to, and we weren't doing photography.
right.
Like I could mute the drags or whatever, but
Yeah,
you
don't do that
just
anymore.
it just yeah, I know. I ended up muting a whole segment.
I, Not only that, I can't hear, when the tractors first start, they're telling us the next 5 riders. So
Right,
if it's muted, I don't know what number we're up to, or sometimes they give the fast times during the drags, you know.
right.
So yeah, muting the
So
tractor drives me nuts.
the other cool thing while Vinny is at home and I'm out there doing things, he can take care of the live feed comments and drop in the rider numbers and tag people from New York.
Yeah, and that's another thing uh, that doesn't get enough exposure because I don't really tell everybody. But when you see the live feed and you see a number in the comments, right next to the number is a timestamp. If you click on that timestamp on while you're watching the replay, it takes you exactly to that moment. So, like if Megan and Jill wanted to watch theirs, it's I tagged right at 35, and half the time the tractor is going to be just finishing up, but you'll see the run at 35 instead of having to watch the whole live feed and move it back and forth to try to find your run. So I try to do that every 10 at least, but it's hard when you're in the arena. That's why I love
Right.
it when one of the races, Kelly actually stayed home, or I was in somewhere far away or something, and she tagged all the riders with their names, and the timestamp come right up to their names, which was cool. So, but I didn't have time last night to type all the whatchamacallit in. Just so you know, there is a way remotely for me to go in and control every aspect of the live feed.
Oh wow.
I didn't tell you that because I haven't really tried it yet, but it is possible. It's one of the latest upgrades. So
Well,
I could
we'll
go in and
test
change
that
all the
on
graphics
Saturday.
and all of that fun stuff. So I could run the
Yeah.
commercials from here. All you have to do is press the record button probably.
Record
So
button.
I got to see if
Okay.
that costs a little bit extra. So
All right. Well, maybe we can test that out on Saturday
maybe.
because I'm going to Sabra on Saturday at the Pima County Fairgrounds, and there is a photographer, but we're doing live feed. So let's see how. If you want to test anything, that'll be a good place to do it since I'll be not doing other stuff.
Right. That's one of my favorite arenas where you're shooting at. I love that little Manny's arena outside. I prefer that to the inside, of course, just for
Hmm.
shooting. Even nighttime. I don't know. Yeah, nighttime. I've done races there at nighttime. I'm not even sure if they have lights now that I think about it. It's been so long since I've been there. But
I am looking forward very much to daytime races. I am not doing the Dream race in Queen Creek this weekend because it's 3 days and I want to do Sabra practice on
if I tell you to go there,
Saturday
you're
night.
going there. You can tell we're far away
Well,
because I'm very brave. Uh,
yeah.
Pima County Fairgrounds. I've actually shot in 4 different arenas there.
Wow.
Okay, so the indoor arena, right?
Yes.
The outdoor arena where you're shooting this weekend or whatever, the video. Outside the warm-up arena, we've actually had races in that warm-up arena. Before
Oh,
before
wow.
we ran inside, we ran out there. Uh, that was, I think, the charity weekend too for Sabre. And then behind that is another arena where Mission View does their Gymkhana. And
Okay.
I don't say it often, but I think the best pictures I ever took was in that outdoor arena where Mission View was.
Okay.
And that was 100 years ago before I even knew what I was doing. So,
That's pretty funny.
yes. So, you would think all the arenas, Queen Creek Outdoor at Horseshoe is absolutely my favorite because I have access all the way around. And if I'm in the arena, I can go back and forth very easy. There's no bad. You can always put the sun at your back in that arena. So, but Mission View, they don't even have a name for the thing. It's like Arena 6245, something like that. Some weird number.
Okay.
You know? So, but yeah. So you'll be in the outdoor Manny Arena. I don't know why it's named that. I guess Manny built the arena or something. We'll have to ask some people. Find that out for me while you're there.
We'll just tag Caitlin Nana and ask her to tell us.
Yeah. New York City motorcycle going by. Can you hear it?
I was going to say, welcome to New York.
Welcome to New York. Where motorcycles by random. Yeah, so you shot the race last night, and you still got to edit those pictures and put them up.
Which Vinny volunteered, so I'm probably going to split it with him, and I'll send him a bunch.
Nobody has heard this recording yet, so it could be deleted. That's funny.
But I mean, as far as what people are expecting, every photographer does things differently, and the way Vinny and I obviously do things is different from others. We shoot more, we shoot raw, so the pictures at night come out very dark, and then we have to do a lot of post-processing to make those pictures so that you can actually see yourself and your horse. Some of them are really, really dark, and some of them less so, but depends on the arena and the lights and time of night. And but we want you to get the best experience that you can. And Vinny, I want you to tell them what you told me about how you shoot. It tells
the story of the race, of the run.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I don't want to say anything bad about the money barrel shots, but if you're doing that, I don't know. For me, I'd rather know what the hell's going on underneath the horses I'm riding. So I want to, if I'm a rider, I want to capture the whole thing.
And I did speak to a racer this weekend, and I told her I shoot similar to how Vinny shoots, and she's like, "Yep, I like to see going around each barrel and coming home."
Hand positions so important, and video is great. Not knocking video, not knocking the live feed, but a video is too fast, and unless you're slowing it down, you're not going to see what you're doing on the horse.
Where did you change? Yeah, where did you move your reins? Are you up out of the saddle?
I
can't tell you how many pictures I look at, and I see the rider like way up in the air.
Right, that you didn't see when you actually took the picture.
Yeah, and you can't tell that on the video, and you can't see where you changed your reins. There's so much in those photos.
I'd rather do a full run of the thing and have the rider realize what they're doing right and doing wrong, and then win a check the next week. That is
right.
That is what I like. Anything to improve a ride. So,
yeah.
When I first got to Queen Creek and did a race, there was a guy there selling 8x10 prints for like $100, and I swore I would never be that guy.
No.
And the best part is all the races, they went up to him and were like, "Oh, this is great, you're great, you're great, you're great." And I'm like, this guy sucks, Anyway. Yeah.
That was several years ago, and we don't know his name, so
right.
We're not bashing anybody current.
If I ever become that guy, bash me. So, well, this has been fun.
Yeah, I think it was a really good idea because I think people are confused and they want to know what's going on, and there's a lot of new people that don't know you, and
I didn't even exist. I didn't realize what a big changeover barrel racing was, because people move and all of that stuff. But I was looking at the draw sheet last night, and I'm like, wow, 80 riders. I don't know 60 of them probably. So they get to see the Vinny experience someday.
Well, and there's the other 20 racers, came up to me and were talking to me, and they talked to some of the people that are new, and they're like, Yeah, you're going to like what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we give you a chance to see your photos. We put the link up, and yes, there's a watermark on it, but you can see your photos well enough to decide if you want to download them or not. We don't hide them with the watermark right over the middle, or you can see your whole run.
Right. Because I know a lot of people don't have the money to spend, especially if
Not
we're
every
shooting
race.
80, 90 pictures. You know. So, of course, you're
Well,
better
you,
off getting a
you
package
can't
deal at
buy
that
them
point.
every
But
race.
right. But at least with us, you'll be able to see what you're doing. So,
Yep.
all right. I think that's a.
Well, I think that was a good chat. We're about a half hour
Oh yeah, that's plenty long enough.
into it. We don't want to bore you guys,
Yeah.
but if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and let's do this. Let us know if you want to hear from us once a week, once every couple of weeks, once a month.
Let us know what your pain points are with barrel racing photography, because maybe we could switch stuff up too. So.
Yes. That's how I ran my wedding photography business. No, I'm not doing weddings anymore. Don't ask. Um, I went to weddings and I determined what I liked and didn't like, and I asked the brides what they liked and didn't like. And that's how we're treating barrel racing. Tell us where you want to see more pictures and what types, and if video is something that you're really involved in, really need. When Vinny's back, there'll be two of us, so we can do different things if we
We could
get
do,
enough requests.
we could do 2 videos, one from each side of the arena, if need be. Or if
Yep,
somebody's having problems with a third barrel, you can go behind the third barrel and film the run from there.
yep. So we're very open to suggestions.
When I get back, I am going to focus more on the Barrel Horse Forum itself. So we need to have you join the Barrel Horse Forum, not the Facebook page, the actual forum. People don't even know this exists. So get your butts over there and sign up. And there's a whole bunch of lessons, podcasts in there, the latest Western wear. So,
Lots of stuff from lots of good people.
right. So, all right. I think that's a wrap. Till next time.
All right.
We got to do this more often. I actually had fun doing this. I only fell asleep 3
Yep.
times. I hope people aren't. I hope people aren't listening to this while they're driving.
Well, and Vinny likes to talk, so
Yeah, I spent 3-4 hours
give
in the
us
arena talking to myself. So this is like vacation. This is beautiful.
so drop your questions so we know what you want to hear about and what you want to talk about, and we'll talk later.
All right, bye guys.
Enjoy.